5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sync.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TTV BrickFeed podcast. I'm Jonathan Juan.
I'm Prpl.
I'm Tenebrae Invictus.
I'm Exxtra.
And this is the BrickFeed podcast, episode 76.
Yeah,
How you guys doing?
I was second.
I was third.
Whoa.
How does
I
it feel?
actually wrote that X was going to be second because I forgot
No, I'm
that
always last every single time, no
You're-
matter
yeah,
which
you are.
circumstances.
Because you took a little break, man.
No,
buddy,
I didn't take it deliberately.
You took a
It
little
wasn't
sabbatical.
planned. It was
It was not planned,
Yeah,
but
it
like
was-
so
it was
whenever someone goes through a long period of time where they're not on, we just
To the back.
Send him to the back.
we send them to the back
Yeah.
just so the audience realizes that they're a newer person, because sometimes people will be like, the new thing is, oh, who's this person, when they haven't seen Envy for 2 years, you know.
I know. You go back to those old podcasts, and I was before FWEF even, and now it's just X that I'm in front of.
Yeah. Also,
Most of the
John,
time.
You know, what goes around comes around. Yeah.
John, you failed my experiment because I was gonna check this week if you would date the video without me reminding you, and you didn't.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Oh, it's true.
exposed.
Yeah.
That's a good,
Got him.
good
Yeah.
point. Good point. Exposed.
So
Got him.
it took too long, so I'm not gonna iDubbbz you or anything, but you need to date the video right now.
Okay, all right. This episode of the BrickFeed podcast is recorded in front of a live studio audience of our patrons the week of October 27th, 2017. We're actually doing a double feature today. Normally we record on a Thursday, but today we're doing a BrickFeed and a TTV podcast recording, one right after the other. So you guys are in for a treat.
Yay.
I
It's
guess.
gonna be great.
Well,
Unless you don't
we're
like
live
live
our stuff.
cool
audiences.
stuff. We actually have news
Right,
this
the
time.
live audiences, you guys are not going to hear this until later, but that should encourage you to subscribe to our Patreon and donate. The price $1, price of a pack of pencils, gets you access to everything we do here. So, how are you guys doing? How's things been? It's been a good week.
I can't remember the last time I've even been on BrickFeed. I'm not much of
I
a
can't remember the last
news
time
person.
ever.
I just kind of hang out.
Yeah, you just kind of
Yeah, you
are
just-
there.
You come.
Yeah, I'm good
right-
at goofy conversation and stuff, but when it comes to actually being serious about news and stuff, it's oh yeah, that's a cool Lego set.
that's basically me. That's my life.
Yeah.
I've never been good at describing anything about Lego in general. That's cool.
Yeah, it's
You guys
it's
don't
got
like,
purple. Well, I like it.
You guys have opinions and stuff, right? Good or bad opinions on things.
It takes me a year to form an opinion on anything.
Does it
Really,
really?
a whole year.
Really?
Yeah.
An entire
Dang.
year.
Yes, an entire
year.
So
I'm
if
still trying to figure out if I like the Lego
if-
Batman movie.
If someone breaks into your home and he just bashes all your windows in, and then he steals a book from you, and then you're just 1 year later, you're I probably
That
didn't
sucked.
like that guy.
Yeah. Now that I think about it,
It's like a calculation, and the computer it starts in your brain, and for an entire year she's huh, and then they're ding, oh, I don't like that guy. Yeah, okay.
Are you
1
a
year later.
personification of Internet Explorer Prpl? Is that what you
yes,
are?
that's what I am.
Oh man.
Dang.
Man.
Shredded.
Yeah. So Lego.
All right, anyone?
Hey.
Lego,
anyone
man.
buy anything this week?
I
Anyone do anything?
Nope.
I haven't bought
actually
anything recently.
I bought one. I want Invi to talk about what he bought, but I just bought a little bag, custom minifig bag, and it was the Unikitty girl because I wanted another one.
Nice.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
already have 7,
What?
but the more the merrier.
Of course.
They're great. So what did you get, Invi, at some point in time?
Yeah, since I haven't been on BrickFeed in 4 weeks, I got the Polybag AT, or whatever the new Star Wars vehicle that's coming out.
the AT-AT walker, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
AT-AT
new
looking,
whatever. Yeah.
but it looks ugly and
I didn't
has
mind it.
weird front legs.
The legs were weird to build. I got the direction of the pieces confused multiple times because just the way it lays it out in the instructions, I didn't know which way was front and which was back, but I got that sorted out eventually. The other thing that I bought recently is the Lloyd brickhead, and I actually enjoyed that. The first brickhead that I got. When it comes to brickheads, I didn't really expect the size to be that small necessarily, but it was really fun building it.
Are you gonna get like all the brickheads now? Or are you like completely on that train?
Hell, psych. No, I'm not planning on. I don't even know if I want to get more brickheads at the moment. The new ones can maybe, but for the moment, no.
I'm more on the custom part of brickheads because there's so many licenses and kind of characters that they're probably never going to touch. So it's like, it's up to yourself to kind of build your brickhead. You know, you could build a Kira brickheads, you know?
That would be
That'd
interesting.
pretty cool.
I'm pretty sucky at building custom stuff, though, especially system. Like, BIONICLE's pretty bad as is, but system would be worse.
I mean, brickheads is a good starting point, though. They're pretty easy.
I suppose.
Yeah, there's boxes.
Yeah, gotta start somewhere.
All right, man, you show me the way. You teach me.
Yeah,
Master
I'm
X.
sure, like, because we got a lot of people,
Sensei
though.
X.
We got
Sensei
a lot of people on the
Send us
TTV.
tweet essays on how to mock the system.
Well, yeah, but that's regarding bracket pieces, and I can just talk about bracket pieces forever.
Dude,
but
I bet you Var has not read that yet.
no, he is not. But I've
You wanna-
got past caring anymore. I just wanted to help him out, and if he doesn't want the help, then that's on him, you know.
Poor Var.
You sound like someone who just broke up with somebody, you know, and you're like, I just wanted to help him out. but
Well, I
if he
feel like
can't-
a bit of disconnect there because it's like finally I
Var
can help
Senpai
Var.
never notices anyone.
Look, X tried so hard and he got so far.
Yeah, and then in the end, it just didn't even matter. But yeah, but we got
All
a lot
right,
of-
well,
yeah, go on, just go on.
you're a perfect transition, man. We got a lot of news today, so we should probably get into that news.
Yeah, go into the news. Let's go.
All right, so let's talk about the kind of the bigger thing that actually just came out today that I didn't plan to talk about, but before X reminded me. So thanks for doing that, X.
You're welcome, man.
Looking out
I
for
got
me, buddy.
your back. Got your back, man.
So the big deal that just happened was the release of some new Lego sets, which is always like kind of a big deal, you know, whenever like a bunch of the photos come out and you kind of see what they all have in store for you guys. This is 2018 City, Technic, and Creator sets. And I know like they're not like in our purview a lot. I don't feel like most of us really are huge fans of City, Technic, or Creator individually. So be prepared for a lot of like that looks cool as we go through these sets. But I'm not, X, do you have a secret fascination with one of these lines?
Well, the thing with me is that as a Marcus, it doesn't matter the line; it matters more the piece. And if one of these different sets, regardless of the theme they're a part of, have a kind of piece that is in a special color, or there's some kind of new piece that can be used for something, that brings interest into the mock, regardless of whether or not it is cool. And it's also the creator sets are always really big because every single year, creator sets is a huge starting point for a lot of people because they're very base. They're very like in the middle of like super basic and advanced in terms of like learning yourself how to build, and you also have the different sets within the set that you can build, so you just get a lot out of them, and so they cater to a lot of people more so than other themes just because of their availability alone to the LEGO experience.
That's a really good speech, X.
Thanks,
you.
man.
Thank
Creator
you
is
for that.
underrated. Buy it.
Creator's underrated.
It's great.
Speaking of things that are underrated, let's talk about some of the city sets first. Let's not talk about Creator at all. We're going to talk about there's a set coming out, a polybag calling for the Mountain Police, it's a Mountain Police sub theme that's coming out. And so I'm going to link you this little thing here. Boop.
Boop.
Wait, so we're going to cover this first and then get to the other sets. But
Yeah, we're going to cover this.
So this is this is a little car, and it comes in a magazine. And
That's cool. Anyway.
Yeah, there really is. I don't know why you very much wanted us to.
I really want to talk about these because these are the highlight of the sets for this wave. Actually, I just want to talk about the city sub theme because we are also getting the force tractor and the pickup and caravan, which is actually admittedly really cool. I don't think we've gotten like set like this caravan before, where it has an RV and it has like this family on a road trip doing
cute.
good old American things. Yeah. I was actually thinking about if you could take that RV and turn it into a little ultra white vehicle.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, there is an actual set where there's like I don't know what it's called, but it's like this, but the thing at the back is actually connected to the car. That makes sense.
That's like a proper RV. That's just like a trailer, I think.
Proper RV.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
it's
right.
a
This is a
caravan.
caravan.
Yeah, that
It's
was
a
actually
caravan.
released.
It says so on the side.
Either 1 year ago or just very recently. Someone can probably link to it. It's actually very expensive for creator sets, but it's not what we're talking about here today. But yeah, these sets are pretty nice. They bring you the usual cars. We can see there's a lot of use of the new piece that's above the tires. What do you call that? You know, it takes up
I've been seeing it all over the place.
Tire covering protector.
Wait, what are you talking
arc.
about? What piece?
Above all the wheels.
The arc
It's
thing.
like a wheel guard. It's I forgot the actual. I'm gonna look over it. Neil Elementary did an article on it where they were like talking about how it actually lines up with some more stuff.
Also, in our live studio audience, John, someone
Mud guard.
Oh,
yes, someone linked to the old RV set. That's the proper RV. That's the one we're referring to. It's
Yeah,
actually,
but that's Creator. It's not City.
yeah, it's Creator. Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I was getting at.
That is
Yeah,
oh.
that's what I was getting at.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
there's
Well,
a-
in this case, Creator took City out of the water. So, you know.
Okay, all right. We'll get there, X. We'll get there. Patience.
Yeah.
Last thing we're gonna look at is the ambulance helicopter, which is
A thing.
it's another great set. I don't know where to go. So the city's not my forte, just because of
This
no,
is
me
a
the.
snow
neither.
When I-
helicopter, though, and I very much like the colors on this. Because usually they've been
Does
really
it-
weird colors, but this is like weirdly realistic for Lego. I can actually see this, like picture this in the mountains themselves, having these
It's
colors.
funny because I actually, when I think of a helicopter, like an ambulance helicopter here, these colors are not what come to mind.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but this is in the snow,
this actually
in the
looks.
mountains, and they have these colors
Yeah.
in Norway. Yeah,
That's
This
cool.
is
I'm not
snowboard guy.
gonna. Yeah, that's cool. You're probably completely correct. That's just not when I think of realistic. It's not what come to mind. So you're one step ahead of me, man.
I do like the little snowboarder guy. He's cute.
Well, Sean White.
Yeah, I wish we could see the
Sean White
box
Jr.
art for this. Oh, we do actually. Oh yeah, so there
Yeah,
you
we
can
have the
see
box
it's
art.
clearly in snow. The box art.
Clearly 100% in snow. So now that stuff is out of the way, let's actually get to the creator stuff.
Oh,
Oh, the creator. I was thinking Technic. Never mind.
There's only one creator set though.
Nice try.
And that's this jungle gym, right? That's the one you're referring to.
There's more. The jungle gym is cool, but like the drone explorer and the extreme engines.
I can't see that on my screen. I can only see.
Wait, can you? Okay, hold up.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
I think
like-
I was on the wrong page. Oh yeah, now I get it. Yeah, I
Oh,
like these a
yeah.
lot. The drone explorer is probably the coolest here because there's actually like
The drone explorer is cool.
I
Dude,
love
that's rad.
creator sets where they have where they give you a vehicle that can actually fit a minifigure.
Ooh.
They've done this twice here in this way, actually, with the car as well.
Extreme engine is cool, but I don't see like it feels more like a general creator set where you just get like a
Yeah, it's
kind of
like
car
something
type
like
thing.
you can just get for your kid real quick or
Yeah,
something.
it doesn't
Right.
wow anyone. I think
the
it looks,
Outback Adventure is actually pretty nice because there's if you look at the alternate modes, like the alternate builds it has, it turns there's one that's the car, then there's a helicopter, and then there's like a waterfall with a bridge over it kind of thing, or not waterfall, like a stream with a bridge over it. It's actually really cool
Oh,
use
wow.
of all the parts.
Ooh, and it's
Yeah.
mini scale. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looks no, actually, I don't think it is. I think it's supposed to be like a tiny little tent because it's like a bed, if that makes any sense. And then like
Well,
you have
there's,
the boat
like,
Okay.
Yeah.
as
tent.
well on the next page. That's supposed to like come with it. But that one's probably
The
the most.
dogs are real interesting.
Yeah,
And
the
it's
dog is
also-
interesting.
I find it interesting they didn't go with an actual like a minifigure molded giant dog piece.
Yeah.
Instead went for a very
Like-
posable brick built dog figure.
Like, if you use the pieces of the dog for, like, other models, then I can understand that, but it doesn't seem like you really need them.
No, the dog is in all of the all the models. So it's not like they're using him for something else. He just completely committed to a brick-built pet.
Huh.
That's really cool.
I also like that the word we learned earlier that I just forgot is that
Mudguard?
Yeah, they don't have they have like custom ones on this, where they're using those
they
slope
built their own.
pieces,
That's
and I
actually really
love
cool.
those. Those look so good, but I don't understand why they're using the stud pieces, the studded ones on the sides, but they could have just used smooth plates.
Just texturing or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I feel I don't know. I just don't like the look of studs. I feel
You
like
can
they
change
should
it.
have
You
something
can change
else
it
on
out
there.
yourself,
it
bro.
looks. I think it would just look better if there was something smooth there, or like some made detail of some sort.
Daredevil stunt plane is okay. I feel like I've seen that set before in Creator. The modular skate house, though.
I love this one.
That is legit.
That's something special that we got here.
This is really good.
We don't see that very often. It's got a ton of detail. It screams 90s kids, you know. It's got all that cool stuff
Only
going on.
90s kids will remember this set.
This gives me a lot of Lego Island vibes, you know.
It really does, yeah, actually.
Did you feel that? With the skating
I
and stuff?
felt that. I actually really like the shirt that the dude has. I was like looking at that. I'm like, oh, it's good. It's another like
basic
shirt
civilian.
we have. It's just a normal civilian shirt we actually get now.
I like how he has like Lloyd's hair. Like they're using like a custom Ninjago thing for this or whatever.
Yeah. They're using it all over the place.
It's Anakin's hair from Star Wars that was
yeah.
made in Clone Wars.
Yeah, that makes
Well,
sense.
it's blonde, so it's Lloyd.
It does look very much like Lloyd's hair. It's probably been used for Lloyd's hair at some point in Ninjago before the movie. Maybe that makes sense, but that's at least it's.
It's not the
it's
movie hair.
original
So
origin.
Prpl's whole point is invalid.
Yeah.
I wonder if that
I
one.
like seeing the hair there.
I really wonder though if that one you can see a tiny bit of graffiti under the basketball basket thing, and I wonder if that is actually printed or a sticker or not. Because usually creator sets,
I think it's a sticker.
Creator sets will usually never have stickers, so. But it can be a sticker.
Groundbreaking.
Not
Under
sure.
the basketball, I'm trying to. Okay.
Do you see it there?
That
It's
is
like a
interesting. I do see it.
It's very weird
Yeah.
graffiti as well. I can't tell if it's like supposed to be.
I don't know
just
what it's supposed to say.
artsy scribbles or I don't know. But yeah, it's EX Extreme set. Very cool. Actually has a lot of unique things with it. It's definitely one of the things that stick out here because it's not just one car or one something. Probably because it's just not something we see a lot in Lego. It's usually like a house or something very basic, but this is haven't seen this in a while, and it's very
When
cool.
you
with this
when you have
inclusion.
an original build, especially with Creator, it's something that really makes you want to see what they're doing, and kind of like it makes you invested to buy that Creator set. Creators have the alternate models. It's kind of like the whole thing behind them. That's the gimmick. So it's like that's really cool to see. Let's do.
I would like to point out the Daredevil stunt plane though, because it has some really nice recolors. On both of the end of the sides, on far right and far left, there are these weird like grip or bar pieces that look really weird. Never seen those in white. Very cool for like rail details on the side of like tanks. Or something.
Cool.
There's a lot of crazy uses. A lot of people in Flickr have for them, and as well in the middle, there's this weird cockpit like piece that like goes over that we saw in Power Miners. If I can link to one of the Power Miners set, they are usually in black, and I've also never seen that in white. So that might be new recolors that we've never seen before.
This is like a really solid looking plane. I didn't even realize that. It's like there aren't really a whole lot of gaps or anything throughout it.
Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about, this piece right here. And I also wanted to point out that our live studio audience pointed out in the helicopter set that there is a girl that has a ponytail plus cap hairpiece, which looks incredibly nice.
Oh, way.
Yeah.
I didn't
Look
see
at
that.
that. You know, I have not seen that before. I'm not sure if it's in other sets, but might be unique to this, and that actually puts the value of this set, skyrocket. Because, that's cool. That's new. Shiny. Liking that.
That is new.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. I actually, all right. So I think we've missed one or two of the city sets. We were looking at a different link. And when I was opening this, all the city sets that came out, I realized that we skipped over, or they weren't in the previous link we were looking at. The mountain arrest set, and the monster truck, and the heavy cargo transport.
Yeah, there's a lot of city.
Yeah, there's a lot of city stuff here.
A lot of these are just like vehicles, but I do like that mountain arrest one. It's got charm.
It's got like I don't know what story is going on behind it. Kind of reminds me of Firewatch, actually. For some reason, just like the idea of like this dude trapped in this tower, and there's a hole
there, and then there's a bear.
A bear.
Oh, dude, that bee cube, is that what you call it? Bee nest, beehive, right?
Beehive.
Beehive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is I've never seen that before. I don't know if that's a new piece or that like a combination of different pieces.
I'm looking at this
cool.
print. Look at this bare-chested print we got finally. Have we gotten there's a lot of like the underwear too. The underwear has like little bear paw prints.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that's great.
This is actually really great.
Oh, dude, that torso print there is pretty rough. Yeah, that's the word.
The only thing that like I feel the bear scars on it kind of like take away from it being used for like a variety of other things it could be used for, I guess, kind of like makes it a bit too distinct.
Yeah, like you can't use it for some generic guy. It has to be for someone who survived like a bear attack or whatever, like a barbarian or
exactly.
something.
And also you can see on that discount.
What if it's like Wolverine? You could use it for a Wolverine.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. That discount
go on.
go-kart over there that has those white pieces that we saw in the Daredevil set.
Yeah, it does.
There you can see what it's used. And also a really cool reprint is the Lego skeleton legs reprinted brown right outside the top there. That is an interesting
holding
reprint.
the railing in.
Yeah, I'm really liking that. So that's pretty cool. So it's less about the set and more just to like the pieces that are added to Bricklink for mockers.
What is that plunger on the side of the helicopter? That kind of is that a new launcher?
Completely new piece. That is
okay.
Lego is pushing this huge thing of having action features in just about anything now. Star Wars, they always have some sort of spring shooter or something in there to have.
I feel like that's been around for a while. I feel like all my Marvel sets have always come with like, you can press
done it for
this
a
and it
very
super
long
jumps.
time. We're talking like 10 years now. But trying to implement that into city sets, they can't really have like these laser missiles and stuff. So I think this is sort of the answer to that by having this net launcher. And not really sure, very specific in terms of what you can do when it comes to mocking, but it's cool shooting a net, doesn't hurt.
It is cool shooting that. That's good.
Some cool features to implement in their mocks for some fast-paced action. It's great.
The other city set, monster truck, looks pretty good for what it is. It's got a little ramp to it, and there's not really much that comes with the set. There's nothing that really sets it apart for me.
The thing with city sets is that they have like a base of these are the kind of sets that they need to give out every year because there's so many people that just have like these Lego cities and they need to like fill them with like different vehicles. So usually they're intentionally like very basic things just so that it just caters to a huge audience, so that there's just these basic cars so that just every single year you can bet on Lego coming out with some sort of car or civilian vehicle that you can just add to your city. So there's not very much to say about a lot of these, which is a shame. But this is a very nice monster truck, though. I very much like the very basic system features or Technic pieces that you get a really nice feature of them. I don't know what it's called. It's not called articulation.
Describe what you're talking about.
Suspension?
Yes, suspension. Today on
Wow,
English.
you got that.
Wow.
It's the only car term I know.
For being here.
Yay.
Everyone clap for Prpl.
Was it because you broke yours?
Wait, did I break my suspension?
The fact that you can't remember it says something. The fact that you're like, no, of course
no,
not.
like
I've
I've broken a
really
huge chunk off of my car before, but I don't remember. It's not a. No, it was the mud guard. Ah. Anyway.
Oh boy, your car's just a giant Lego set. That's what I've been learning then.
Where's this little car?
Yeah.
There's a little car that someone posted in the Dirt Road Pursuit. We also missed this set, I think. Have we talked about this? I don't think we have.
No, it was in the one that you skipped. Remember, I showed you the little one that came in the poly bag, and I think there's another one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well.
This is kind of
no, X. This is what happens when you rush me.
Yeah, okay, John.
No, it's okay.
Take the lead. Where are we going?
Heavy cargo transport. That set is also it's pretty cool. One thing I actually noticed is that I think that is a there's a gas can with the Octan colors.
Again.
There's a Never Ponytail girl in this one too.
Yeah, but
I'm really happy with all the normal the normal civilian thing they're doing. There's a fuel tank on top of the special transport vehicle, and it looks like if you remember Octan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Octan.
The logo.
They've always had that as their go-to company when they stopped doing Shell. So that's their go-to for anything petrol involved. So that's very much intentional.
Yeah, no, I just thought that was really cool. I haven't seen a set that had ever since the Lego movie, because President Business, I think he owned Octan, didn't he? Was he the president of Octan?
He owned Octan and the world or something,
Yeah, and the world or something like that. But it was really cool that they keep tying that in. It's just a graphic element that they don't even have the logo on it. You just kind of know it's in those colors. It was really cool. Attention to detail.
I very much like that cockpit piece on the helicopter. I think it is new. I thought at first it was one I've seen in Star Wars a lot. But I actually now that it has kind of a curve to it at the very beginning, it goes upwards rather than stopping at the top. It's it's hard to explain.
Brick Thing says it's not new, so
it's not new. I've never seen it before, but thanks Brick Thing for clearing that up, because I said, I might have just just missed it completely just because I've thought it was that piece all along, but. Yeah, that's cool. When did that came out, Brick Thing? Is that it must be relatively new, because I've not seen it before, if you remember the year. He'll come back and say that. But
he'll respond.
Technic. Yeah.
Last year for Cities Jets is what he says.
Okay.
Brick Thing, for those you don't know, is Lego designer Nick Voss. Shout out to him.
Yes.
That's why we trust his word on everything. He could have just said, he could have made up anything. I know I would have believed him. He could have said, it was released, it was released in 1845 after Civil War. I developed this new cockpit piece. I'd be like, yes, of course. Yeah, no, I knew that.
So these Technic sets are really cool because Lego is going absolutely crazy with the Technic panels that you see here. You see them using them as spoilers for your. For the cars here.
Yeah.
And they're just generally using them in a lot of very small sets. They've done it before, but usually you see them in these huge Technic machines and just have that to cover up all the different inner workings and stuff. So it's cool to see them used in a lot of very smaller sets, and also gives Mechs a lot of variety of ways to get these pieces, as well as different colors. The reception on these panels have been very mixed, I feel, with in regards to Technic people. A lot of people prefer the old skeletal look of Technic, of all these Technic vehicles, but there's some debate to be had, because it just brings a whole different aesthetic. I think it's very much these panels versus the old skeletal look is very much CCBS and old BIONICLE, if that makes any sense.
No, I think
yes.
I was like, yeah, no, I think you're right about being kind of controversial. I guess I can see why people don't like. I mean, okay, the thing about when you change the entirety of a line, you kind of change how that line is built. Even if it does offer, there's a lot of benefits to it. We see that with BIONICLE and CCBS, where there's a lot of people who are like, no, I'm done with BIONICLE, because they stopped using this kind of hybrid Technic system and instead switch to CCBS, and you can't use that for anything. And and I can totally see the same thing happening with Technic. Technic had a kind of skeletal look for its vehicles beforehand, where it was kind of like a wireframe almost, of a vehicle. And to some people that was really great. That was part of the aesthetic that they really liked about Technic, that you could see that it was this complexly built product. And now that they're using panels and now that they're using other things, kind of giant, bigger, smoother pieces to cover up those, I can see why a lot of people wouldn't like that. But personally, I've always enjoyed things made from Lego that don't look like they're made from Lego. That's how I rank, the like mocks or that kind of thing. If I can't tell, if it looks like it wasn't made out of Lego, that's how I'm like, oh, that's really good. So for me, seeing these kind of things, it doesn't impact me at all, but I can see what it impact other people.
Prpl, do you like yachts?
What? I mean,
you do, because just say that you do. It's bright and colorful. It looks nice.
Yeah, yachts
why is
are
that
pretty
even
cool.
called like a yacht though?
Yeah, it's not really a yacht.
No,
it's more like a sailboat, isn't it?
Yeah, because when I think of yachts, I think of like the really big rich people cars.
I have like mid-confused, but it says that, so I kind of have to...
no, it does. Okay. There are different types of a yacht is defined very broadly. And so normally when I say, hey, I'm on blank's yacht, you're thinking of a very rich giant boat you get in Grand Theft Auto Online that Meso has. None of us do for whatever reason. And it's a giant luxury ship and you're doing stuff. But a yacht can mean something very small, like a bit more of like a dinghy sized, ship. And beyond that, I don't know too much about the different classifications of boats, but this does count as a yacht.
Yeah, it does.
And I think the steering wheel controls like the sail.
Whoa!
Like the left to right. You can see that there's a bunch of like mechanics as well as a rubber band there, and you can also see that the back end there you can probably change. Don't know what those are called. I don't know what anything's called today, but it looks cool. It looks functional.
Yeah,
and
I really like the colors of this. Like, racing stuff in the ocean has to be like super bright and colorful, so you can like see where they are and whatnot.
Yeah, very much like the overall aesthetic of this. It's very bright and colorful. I can very much see this on my shelf, looking very nice. So,
I love the gear aesthetic it has on the sail. Like, you can see like elements of a gear design on the bottom of the sail and up at the very top as well. Yeah,
that's super. Yeah, like it's literally on the sail, like printed.
Yeah, and actually, if you look at the little logos, there's like little like sponsored stuff at the very front. It says stuff like Axle Beam as a sponsor, Up Away.
Dude, this set is so meta. There's some Technic designer had a lot of fun designing this set. I can tell you that.
I'm looking at I'm assuming most of these things, they're stickers. Any of the like kind of
at the front there,
yellow, at the front there,
stickers.
And like on the side, 100% stickers. But I'm wondering how many people are actually going to put them on, because I feel like a bit that the stickers actually take away. I get why they're going for the swoosh look, but I actually feel like they take away from how the set looks, especially if the yellow part in the front. You can see like they have the blue sticker on that. Just kind of looks. Really
closer look, you see it
I
very
almost feel like
clearly.
it would have been better if it was just like a blue piece with a yellow sticker on it.
That's what I'm thinking, because like at least you can like kind of stretch it out towards the back, and the yellow on the blue is better because
why didn't you do it the other way around?
I don't know.
Plus that whole like yellow midsection is already broken up by that black bar there. So even having like a little bit of blue like sticking out there wouldn't have really been detrimental.
Looks like the compartment there you can open up all. But also a theory about why they're using blue there is because that means that they only need a blue of that piece as opposed to 2 blue and 2 yellow, because it's also used at the front. If that makes any sense. It's a theory. Thinking emoji. But yeah, Invi, what were you about to say, man?
Oh, no, I was just thinking about how it looks like a wave on the front, like the way it curves down. The way it does is because it matches the wave on the sail itself. Just with the sticker placement.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I'd probably whiff placing that right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like, man, I'm gonna get mine aligned wrong. If I got this set, I would get like the line wouldn't go, it wouldn't match up exactly, and it'd bug me every time I looked at it. That's what I'm envisioning.
So yeah, are there other Technic sets and other news we need to get to today, John? Is there? You know?
All right. There are some other Technic sets as well. I don't know if you want to touch on any of them specifically, X, because they all seem to be vehicles. And for me, whenever it comes to a line that I don't explicitly follow, if it's something that doesn't look new to me and it doesn't stand out as being new, I just kind of like, I look over it and I'm like, all right, that's cool, and I move on. So like the Bash, they're using this the pullback, kind of like the, not rip tire, but like, you know a thing where like it winds up as you pull it back and then you let go of the car. And a lot of toy cars had it. I'm sure Lego had it beforehand too. Okay, listen, Junkrat.
All right.
But like,
no,
go on. What were you gonna say? No, I had literally nothing to say.
I was just gonna get into these sets like a turbo round.
Okay, go for it. Lightning round, go.
The hook loader is very basic. It looks like a toy vehicle. That's a little bit of a charm to it. Otherwise, the panels in dark gray are really nice to get a hold of in a very cheap set. The red and green one are really nice to get in those very small panels in those two colors. I don't think they've been... No, they have actually been in lime green before, but they do look really nice. And they also have the rip tire machine thing that we talked about. You pull it back, it goes poof. It's pretty cool. Also, the dozer compactor, it's got those big gray power miners wheels, which are not easy to get a hold of these days, so I'm really glad that we're getting those. And there's also the old Bara Magna, or whatever it was called, death counter, or whatever they had at the back.
Yeah, the Gotorian death counter.
Yeah, but in blue, so that's cool, And there's also that little pipe thing. Right behind the cockpit, and I've not seen that piece before. I've seen similar pieces, but I've not seen that one. I'm really curious as to like what it actually functions in doing, because aesthetically it looks very pretty, but I wonder if it has a specific function for looking that way, or it's just made to look that way for aesthetic reasons. That's it, really.
So when it says in the box, when it says 2-in-1, does that mean there's an alternate model that comes with this?
Yes.
Okay, and we just don't know what that model is, basically.
Which one? Dozer compactor?
The hook loader, the racing yacht, and the dozer compactor all say 2-in-1.
It should definitely be another version,
Okay, interesting. They just don't advertise it as much. It's like on Creator, it's like front and center.
Yeah, you can see that. You can see on the dozer if you click on Albrixet. Someone posted it. Prpl posted it in the chat. Prpl. I don't know. People change their names all the time.
People do change their names a lot here. It's a little like I don't mind the trends. It's just kind of like
it's just Volk. But yeah, it's Volk, and he posted it. It's a different version. It's got wheels on it. It looks nice. But yeah, Technic sets, guys. Yeah.
Pretty neato indeedo. Worth a burrito. Maybe more.
Not really my thing, to be honest. Like, I think the only like
the
real.
boat.
I did like the boat, but I'm like never gonna get it. I did have this gigantic like red car though that took me like 10 hours to build or something. But
was that Ferrari?
I think it was. Like,
red sounds very Ferrari to me.
It does sound like a Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
No, sure. Okay.
Do you think it's a Ferrari?
All right. Listen. How old are you, Prpl? How old are you when you built this giant vehicle?
Let's get into this.
I don't know, like 16, 17. Whenever it first came out.
Too long ago. That was literally like last year.
That was not last year.
I was about to say the
that
same
was
thing.
multiple years ago.
How old are you?
You know how old I am.
Oh, you're right. No, I do. Never mind.
Oh my god.
Wow,
Okay, I'm gonna
John.
link you an image. Is this it?
Yep.
That it?
Yep.
Yep. The Enzo Ferrari. It was
you
my
got
favorite.
That?
Yep.
But you didn't want it. They just gave it to you?
Yeah, my dad got it. He said if I could
like
finish
Lego,
it in an
right?
hour, he'd give me like $100 or something. It took way longer than 1 hour.
How many pieces are in that? Oh, you could have done it in an hour, and you could have gotten Prpl. If
Dude,
only you were more disciplined in your building.
1,000 pieces. Can you get 1,000 pieces together in an hour?
If she for $100, we'll see.
Yeah, would it
X,
be incorrect as well?
X, would you give me $100 if I was able to get that done in an hour?
No, I don't have money to give.
If I had $100,
Exactly.
maybe, but
Yeah. Before we move on from the Technic sets, though, I want to point out something that I noticed now is that those two red and green cars, if you get both of them, you can combine them into this guy.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
He looks pretty neat, you know?
Dang.
He's pretty cute.
Oh, it's like a
6-tire action.
Yeah, I very much like lots of big tires. It adds adds a lot of, I don't know, coolness to it, you know? Reminds me of the Mako from Mass Effect every time. It's great. Love it. Like it.
Probably it does remind me of the Mako. That's really cool.
That's a stylish Mako, dude. It's a racing Mako. It's great.
Engine, Bitbox. I'm looking at all the little logos on the side of these cars. Like the graphic designer that was given the free reign to just put whatever. It's about a real fun day. Doing all these things. F&T tires. What that stands for? Huh. We'll find out someday. But yeah, that's basically all the sets that we got. X, do you have anything else you want to depart the audience with or impart to the audience before we depart?
I think it's important to just cover new sets because new Lego sets add something to the pieces that Lego and everything that we can take from. We can make our own thing. So I think it's just important to get those out there, regardless of interest or not, just to like show you like, oh, there's new sets in City. That's neat. And so I hope everyone enjoyed our little venture into trying to think of something to say about this thing episode that we got here today.
It's cool.
Episode 76. Let's talk about the next thing on our news docket real quick before we get into the extra mock, and that is going to be a new set of Lego channels. We've been actually keeping our eyes on these channels for a good while before. And they had only a couple of videos posted at that point in time. Now there's a lot more of them posted. I'm going to link all these channels here. There are a bunch of new Lego channels, including Lego. There's a Lego gaming channel. There's a Lego lab. There's a Lego fan tube, Lego family, Lego group channel. And they all feature different types of varied content on these channels. And one of the things I've been they all kind of launched in the last month or so, and some of them have different people. Specifically, I think the standout one from this entire group is the Lego Lab channel, which has these two girls called the Mandeville, I believe is how you say it, Mandeville sisters. They're YouTubers from they vlog and do stuff on this side, but Lego, I guess, contracted them as talent to head up part of the Lego Lab channel. And so a lot of it is them doing different builds, experiments. There's also a thing where they go to the Lego house, but yeah, basically that's what Lego's been up to. These are like a kind of new family of Lego channels. And did any of you guys watch the videos I linked? Lego's been talking about them a bit, but they're buried in the description.
I see. But yeah, you guys watched any?
If you look at any Lego any video on YouTube, the description past like the first 2 or 3 lines, people don't usually expand to read, which is why the subscriber count to a lot of these aren't as large, I feel, as they would want them to be.
Yeah.
But did any of you guys watch any of the videos I linked? Just like a minute or two?
Yeah, I checked out the Lego house one.
Of them.
I watched it with the two sisters. I didn't know you linked more.
Yeah, so I linked like a gaming one.
FanTube basically has just had some of the stuff that like fans have done, basically. And so it's not really a personality focused channel, just kind of like a rehosting channel of different things fans have done with Lego. Lego Lab seems to be garnered around building. Lego Gaming, obviously around gaming. Lego Family's about younger creators, or younger like kids. You know, like that Ryan Cartoys kid. He's everywhere and stuff. And then there's there's the other like 4-year-olds that they have their own channel and they just play with the toys.
Oh, that's cute.
You guys not seen these?
Nope.
These
are the biggest thing on YouTube. No, these are the biggest thing on YouTube right now. No joke. Is these kids who will play with the toy and their parents film them, and kids go, like young kids, they go crazy over them. They will watch them for hours and hours and hours.
Oh wow.
Well, it's very relatable.
They make like,
they're
I mean, like, when you're a kid too, you know, you enjoy watching other people do stuff. If you can't, you live through other people, right? You know, like how if you ever had like an older sibling and they played like video games or whatever, and you couldn't play, and you sat down next to them and saw. Yeah, so that's like it's it's weird thinking that like that's so popular right now, but they literally make millions of dollars. These kids are making millions and millions of dollars. It's crazy. Anyway, that's Disney. That's Lego Family, and then they have like what's the last one here? I've linked one or two more that were coming up. But yeah, let's talk about the Lego Lab, the video you guys saw. What do you guys think?
I like the idea. Yeah.
Come on, Prpl.
I'm sorry, I haven't really seen like the Lego Lab video. I just like it's two people who talk about like the Lego house, right? Just
right. But I mean, like, so the prospect of having these personalities, what do you like? Having more and more personalities as part of the Lego brand and having them like weave their way into, you know, these different channels. What do you guys think of that concept?
Yeah, I like the concept. I think they just need to advertise these channels a bit more because like their subscriber count is like abysmal in comparison.
They just started though.
Yeah, but
Lego Family's been around for a while. It's been around for like a couple months. A lot of these other channels, though, have just been around for a month, and that's about it.
It's really weird them stepping into YouTube. I mean, YouTube's not doing amazing right now. It seems very late for Lego to sort of step in to this whole YouTube genre thing. But I do like
actually,
that
I think
Lego should make their own video platform.
I think they're trying to do it with like that's the point of having some of the videos that's uploaded to like Lego themselves have a video hosting platform that they use on their site. But here's the thing, X, YouTube is not doing great because there are some people on YouTube that aren't advertiser friendly. So like Let's Players, they're going out of style. You know what is advertiser friendly?
What?
Lego. Kids playing with toys. Lego. Yeah, advertisers are totally fine with Lego, like, you know, advertising and putting that. Lego is one of the best people for them to advertise with. And so while I get it that there's been drama going on of YouTuber, it's because there are YouTubers out there who are kind of a little risque. You know, they're doing things that advertisers don't like. YouTube likes Lego on it because it's a big brand they trust and it's kid friendly, and that's what they want their videos on. So I think it is a good move for Lego to move into YouTube right now.
They're just happy that Lego is not going to filthy prank them ever.
Yeah, Lego's not going to pull out some controversial video.
But I think it's good though, because like an issue with the Lego channel themselves, because I was actually subscribed to them, and the following their Instagram or anything, is that you just get bombarded in content.
For a billion things, right?
Yes.
So I think
the
it's very good.
Overload is real.
So I think it's very good that, for example, someone who's like into Lego Worlds and a lot of the Lego games, by subscribing to the Lego Gaming channel, they're only getting that. I think they're just very late to this, but I do think these are the kind of things that will grow tremendously over time, because it's just because people are going to look at Lego and then they're just like, oh, I like Lego Gaming, you know, and it's going to eventually add up on the suggested videos to the side, and you're like, oh, there's an entire channel dedicated to just Lego's gaming side, and that's going to be it for me. So it just needs to reach their own audience, because what we're seeing is that there's very good production quality. There's some nice people behind the camera here. I just think that they need, like Prpl said, that need to be promoted a lot more by Lego, because these are very much under the radar for me. I've only heard of these from you, right, John. And
and that's only because I keep up with this kind of thing. I feel like it's now we talked about Rebriculous beforehand. Rebriculous was a show that launched on Lego's YouTube channel, and they did the intro videos. Even to this day, the intro videos, like introducing the host, their views aren't really that great. I think one has like 7,000 views, but then the videos subsequently after that have been gaining more and more views. The one video me and Var watched today had like 350,000 views.
Oh wow!
Like a ball prick prank and stuff. So the views have been really gaining on that. And Lego has about 3.5 million subscribers on their one channel, but they're being a bit more smarter now. What you're saying, X, is that they realize their audience goes to Lego for a lot of different things, and their audience goes to that channel for a lot of different things, and they have a huge audience. And so now they're trying to spread out and kind of seed content initially in other channels, and then I feel they might start picking up the promotion. I think the best thing they could do would be like cross promotion, where they have like the people behind the Lego Lab channel, like the sisters go over and they get star in Rebriculous, and they do the vice versa. They kind of create like a Lego network or like family of personalities and creators and stuff.
That'd be cute.
The Lego creators cinematic universe.
They
should really do like trailers on their main channel and just like, hey, you subscribe this because you're interested in Lego, and like here is different stuff that you can go to for more specific interests regarding Lego.
Well, I mean, that would be like if I was, if we were doing stuff for Lego and like, you know, like eventually if we had a large budget, just say we're not at the point we are now, we have a large budget. That would be the thing I feel would be a thing that a brand should try to set up, which is different individual creators who do stuff related to their product but their personalities. And then you have the personalities like interact with each other and, you know, and kind of like bring that up. It's so hard to do with like everyone tries to do that on like any of the fans that try to do that with a group channel. You know, group channels always die. Why is that? Because it's hard for you to do your own channel and to do a group channel if it's not your full-time job. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's why that's the thing that Lego would need to, the reason why Lego can do that is that they can invest in people, make sure it's their full-time job initially, and then as it builds up views and subscribers and everything, and then they can do that cross promotion. They don't need to rely on having other people who like do different things and them committing to it, which is why like up until like even with TV is one of the few like large ensemble cast channels that are based around Lego out there. Even other like group channels is about 2 or 3 people, right? There's like a group with 2 or 3 people on the channel, and there's maybe an editor working in the background, but like group channels generally don't work unless you're like, you know, committed to it. But Lego has the opportunity to do that, so more power to them, and from our perspective at least. Do you think the accents help for those hosts, like the sisters?
I think it makes it more interesting.
I was listening to the like, and there's a Lego gaming one. There was another guy who was like hosting. This other guy named Tyler is hosting, and he has an accent too. And I was like, this just feels more professional. I don't know, like, you know, it feels like
to have accents.
It does, man. You know, to an American, any accent that's not an American accent just feels more professional.
Oh, so it's non-American accents you're referring to.
Non-American, just to Americans. And I mean, Americans aren't the entirety of the world, but they are a good part of the entertainment world. You know, the consumer world, I feel.
Yeah, they are. But what accent did Tyler have?
He had a
generic European.
That's he was a
generic European. Ouch.
That's a lot of different people, Prpl.
That's a lot of offended people.
Yeah. Let's
fans direct your hate to @PrpleDurple.
Yeah. But yeah, I think what Lego is doing is great. I did think that they were kind of late to it, but John has a very good point about them. They're all very advertiser friendly, so I don't really have anything to fear as of now. I just feel like they.
You're just going to chase all the non-advertiser friendly people off their platform. That's what's going to happen, basically. The gamers are going to go to Twitch. The people that are doing kind of controversial or like, you know, all of these videos are eventually they're going to be kind of run out of the network, or they're just not going to be making a ton of money on YouTube. And they'll either do their own thing with sponsors and have that paid for their whole careers, or they will have, you know, some other thing. But what thrives on YouTube is family-friendly content, because that's what advertisers really want. And advertisers are calling the shots now with YouTube more than they ever have before. So Lego is safe, very, very safe in that aspect. And they should be capitalizing on that, because there's a void now where all the non-family friendly people like have to exit YouTube. There's a large void now where like people want to see approved stuff on YouTube now, and YouTube's looking for that approved stuff. And here's Lego. You notice how all their channels already have the check mark next to them? You know, they're already verified and everything. You see that?
Barely having any subscribers, yeah.
No, we're not. No. We have their channels have like what, 700 subscribers, I think.
Oh, even like 300, 400 on there.
300, 400, yeah. And but I mean, they got the little check mark. They are approved by corporate.
They are literally Lego. You can trust them.
That's what I mean. Sorry, the check mark does not mean they're approved by corporate. I'm just saying that like Lego, when they started a new channel, they talked to someone to YouTube and they added a little check mark to that. So that's what I want to say out there. There are people there with the check mark, and they're not whatever. They're not approved by corporate. Yada yada. Cool. You get that after you reach, I think, 100,000 subscribers. So we're not there yet.
Long road ahead.
Yeah, I know, man. All right, I think it's about time to wrap up after we do the last segment on our show, the Extra Mock.
Hey, guys.
X, take it away.
So, this is another one. I do try to stay away from Lego Mechs, because I do feel like they're kind of overdone. But every now and then there comes like people doing it very specific and cool in different ways, and I don't know if it's just me, but like whenever you see something and it's just made as a mech, it's really cool, and it's for a very wide audience. Everyone's just like, oh, that's kind of neat. So today I'm presenting Kobalt, which has made many different mechs, and he uses a lot of interesting techniques. So this time, going to show off his newest mock, kind of an eagle, which uses for the first eye cast on the mock you don't really see much, but there's a lot of really cool techniques used in this set. If you look at all the way down at the feet, the articulation is 100% based on the friction that is added when you use normal Lego system plates and connect them in Technic pinholes. And Lego doesn't want you to do that much. They allow it like a couple ones, but usually they very much avoid that in their mocks because they're incredibly tight. It adds a lot of friction, more than any of the joints that they use, and it also makes some of the pieces like flip off with continuous play. And as well, if you look at the very top compartment right next to the two light gray engines, if you zoom in and you look at the plates where the wings are connected, you can see that under them, very vaguely, you can see that there are bracket pieces used to secure the mock. And that's just another example of a lot of really cool guys using bracket pieces to their utmost advantage. I don't know if you guys.
Thank you for the reiteration.
What?
Thank you for the reiteration. You know, the emphasis on the bracket pieces and how good they are.
Yeah, the bracket pieces really nice. I very much like bracket pieces. Everyone should use bracket pieces. They should go to Bricklink, just order as many bracket pieces.
Join the church of the bracket pieces.
Bracket pieces. Did anyone pick up on that? Does any in this little mocking class?
Yes, right. I saw you at the altar of the bracket pieces the other day, bowing down and offering up your sacrifice.
Praise to the bracket pieces.
But yeah, this is...
Sorry, go on, X. Yeah. No, we don't mean to make fun of you.
This is an Eagle mock. I will say, though, that there's one thing that is eluding me. That is how those 1x2 beams at the very end of these like cannons that they have on the sides, I don't know how they're connected to those like Lego tubes that you see there. Like, I don't know how they're connected to them at all. And I don't know why. Because there's like no holes at the end of them, and they're very eluding to me. I mean, maybe, but like they're not connected to the like. Are you talking about normal like flat studs, brick thing? Or are you thinking about like the
To those listening in, Brick needed to say that he guessed that they were half pins inside the 1x1 rounds.
Oh, I mean, I guess yes, but then they are illegally connected and like squeezed into those tubes, though. But I guess that is the only way. I just didn't think of it that way, you know. And I don't know.
So okay,
go on.
Real quick, I want to ask about these semi-legal connections, or I guess like, so you're saying that like this is one of an instance where Lego allowed it like in a particular set, a very different case of like this kind of connection, and now it's technically legal, but they still really don't like to do it because it will pop out with like continuous play and different things. This is absolutely not at all.
Connecting Technic tubes is only allowed, I think, when it's only one piece and it's very specific part pieces. Brick thing probably knows more about it, but like I can vaguely remember that it's not allowed, because if you look all the way down at the feet, all right, look all the way at the back of the feet, and then you can see that there is the Technic BIONICLE piece that connects the legs, you know, and then there you see a plate connected on each side, and you can see that like these lightsaber looking pieces on the sides. So at the very middle, behind those lower legs, you have a 1x1 plate.
Right.
that piece is a legal connection, but the piece behind there is an illegal connection. Because the plate because the plates, when they're connected like that to the Technic pinholes, they're actually raised a tiny bit up, so they don't fit. But the one
I can see that, huh?
But the 1x1 piece has like they have like a chip off like under it, so that it's not completely flat. But the piece behind it doesn't. This is very hard and very specific.
Yeah, this is a very specific.
I don't know if this is clicking with people. Yeah, there
I
you
feel
go.
like this is just going over my head.
Yeah, it's like slightly
Tentacles
lost.
are molded different than tube sides of bricks. The clutch is a little higher, slightly too strong. That is healthy when you start connecting multiple Technic dots together. Tentacles are molded different than the tube side of bricks. Okay, so the tube side is going to be that bottom side, right? Just explaining for the low affinity users here in the audience. When you have a Lego brick, and this is like a question. I know I'm stating it like like I'm actually like know what I'm talking about. I don't. On the other side of the Lego brick, that is the tube side is what I'm talking about, right? And the actual like Technic holes are molded different than the bottom of the brick. I think, man, X, help me out here, man.
I can't help you because the language barrier is stopping me. But basically, what we're trying to articulate here is this guy's really smart. He did a single mistake that we're very much trying to point out. It's very hard to point out why it's a mistake. But basically, don't put a lot of plates and studs into Technic holes unless there's just a couple. Brick Thing pointed out that within Lego's code of conduct, I guess, when it comes to building Lego, they allow when there's one single connection when it's for details, but usually anything more than one is not allowed. So with that said, this is a very cool mock. So now I'm going to continue as to why I feel like this guy's a really cool guy when it comes to mocking is because he basically makes a lot of very unique. It's not a mistake. It's just something you want to see in official. Well, I guess so. It might be intentional on his part, but like the pieces are cramped on his end. But you know what? Yes, it's. I don't know. But anyway, this is a completely different mock that we're not going to get into specific details.
Lobster?
Is it a lobster?
Is it supposed to be a lobster?
I don't know.
I think it's supposed to be a lobster.
I like this very...
There's a lobster piloting the mech. Yeah,
lobster.
There's
lobster mech.
Batman too.
It is a lobster mech. It's a very skinny lobster mech.
Those pincer hands. Great.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought. Like, to be fair, just look at I don't know why I immediately thought it was a lobster. It's
because like the back of like the knees there already looked like a lobster, so it probably like got
maybe
you to think
the cockpit there.
You're totally right. How they use those pieces, like the back of the legs, it has that I don't even know what to call this.
Mud guard.
Wow.
I don't think it actually might be, but it does totally look like a lobster. They use the CCBS joint and also those like curved pieces at the end there. That's really cool.
The cockpit hair is probably the coolest part because he uses the kind of weird piece that you see in the Ninjago spinners.
Oh,
and he actually managed to use it.
That's
also
a cockpit,
listed another time that he has used that exact piece to make a Ariel. I don't know how to say
Ariel.
It.
Ariel and Flounder.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, right?
Cool.
Okay, as people. All right, Envy, do you want to weigh on this on the bird mech here, bird and lobster mech?
The bird one?
Beyond it's cool.
The first one? One. It actually reminded me of a mech from a game I used to play when I was a little kid. The mech was called the Raven. I'm going to post a... Obviously, the Eagle one has arms, but like it's very similar. Like there's a bit of similarity in design between this Raven mech and the Eagle one that he made. So I like that. Definitely interesting. I like the arm, or the wings, technically. The wing pieces that he built for it. So that's my thoughts on it. Lobster one is interesting with how wiry it is.
Very skeletal. Yeah, I don't know how well it actually holds things. You know, like if you were playing around with it, I feel like it's a very wiry.
I'm amazed it's even standing in the pictures, to be honest.
Well, I think it's just like the angle that the legs are at. That's what keeps together. But yeah, it is kind of crazy that it's standing up.
It's like super glued to the table or something. Because like the feet themselves are only like arcs. They're not even like flat or anything.
No, you're right. They're like a. Wow, I'm losing my words today. What do birds have that like
talons?
Wings? Claws? Beaks?
Birds do have wings. No, it's the claws or so it's the talons. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how they're like so. Basically, the way some birds are is that the arc is up in the middle, so they're not like actually resting on the entirety of the foot, unless they're grasping onto like a branch or something.
Yeah,
if they were to stand flat.
Mech, but yeah.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying though. The actual bird mech that you're talking about does not really have that. That says flat. The feet are flat on the ground, as opposed to the lobster mech, which has like that arc in the middle. Mm-hmm. There's nothing touching the ground there.
So arguably the coolest thing you can find at a stream is this cat mech. That's just what I want to point. Like this guy's entire stream.
Oh man,
is just a bunch of things made into cool mechs. And this one, there's a tiny bit use of stickers, but the nose is very cleverly built, and there's a very nice combination of just filling out a lot of detail while still having articulation. Those legs, they actually have BIONICLE ball joints connected to ratcheted pieces at the very top. So not only does this look very good, it has nearly unlimited articulation as well, which is incredibly nice to see in mechs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm calling a flag and a play here. No, you've gone a little too far, buddy.
And as BrickFeed pointed out, there's a very obscure piece used at the right there that is it's very hard to explain. It's what they were used in like Lego Racers cars, and sort of like you had a tube filled with air that you pushed, and that would fill that little cylinder there with air, and that would sort of like launch the car forward. If someone can link that any of those sets that I think about, and also AT linked in the chat some very obvious.
Oh, is that concept art?
That's
so. This is the adaptation. This is not like a. That's way cooler now. Like now that like you can see where it's like, you know, like it's not just. I mean,
he said it's inspired by that guy. I don't think he drew it himself.
Huh. Yeah,
but it's very cool
I don't
seeing
think
it come to life.
Like,
oh my god, is that hot?
That is it.
Miku?
It is.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh man. Okay. This is actually really cool. Now you can see it going from drawing to like actual physical creation. This is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I know what about like being adapted that makes it that much more cooler to me. I guess it's just kind of like when you see something that's not made out of Lego and you're trying to think how you would put it into Lego form. For me, that's such a mental leap. Yeah, like when you see someone's done it, that makes it super way more impressive. That someone saw something that someone else thought of without Lego and he did it in Lego.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So got last mock here to show up just to get this past your head. If you don't know this yet, but this guy just makes things into mechs. And here we have a military Humvee that's made as a walker, along with a cute robot on the side. And I think that's just incredibly cool mock. But I will say that the cat one is definitely the most impressive one out of these. So do you like mechs, Prpl? How are you on mechs compared to dragons?
If it's a mech dragon, I like it, but other than that, mechs is kind of their thing.
They're robots.
Yeah.
Everyone likes robots. You like BIONICLE. BIONICLE were robots, kinda-ish,
maybe.
You know?
BIONICLE's okay.
Everything's just okay, you know?
Yeah.
Except for this podcast. This podcast's amazing. I love you guys.
I'll tell you my opinion in a year.
She just started farming one on BIONICLE as we talk.
It's actually about a year after BIONICLE ended. Prpl, what do you think about that?
Oh yeah, that was the thing,
really?
wasn't it?
that was the thing. I want to point you to this tweet that I was showing on my Twitter feed, and I want to talk, just put some bit of attention to this before we wrap up. Professor Brickkeeper posted this, which is from, I'm not exactly sure which official Lego product it's from, but it does have a little symbol here that made it through the Lego Group approval process that I thought was a little interesting.
I don't get it. What am I supposed to be looking at?
Click on the actual
you're
tweet.
Peeing.
The bathroom sign.
Oh, that's great.
Is that really bad? I thought you guys were on about like the birds being in love, and then like BIONICLE love wasn't canon or something. I thought that was good.
No, it was
Huh.
It's okay. It's okay, X. I know you have a little, your different culture might be a little.
We don't pee on each other, John.
I didn't say anything about that. I'm just saying that maybe it's not as big. It's not I wouldn't even say taboo. It's just kind of weird that this sign is not this is normally they just show a normal man or a woman person on top of the restroom. They don't show the peeing symbol on the thing. So I don't know. Just
they don't show the action.
All right, that was it. Who is the guy who did all the cool mocks? X, what's his name?
Kobalt.
All right, shout out to Kobalt here
Kobalt
at the end
with
here.
a K.
Thanks, Kobalt, for letting us talk about Mechs, because we never talk about Mechs on the Extra mock. So it was nice to have a look at yours, and you did good. Check him out. He's got cool Mechs.
I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the BrickFeed podcast. Yeah, you're smart, you're loyal. That about wraps it up for this episode of the BrickFeed podcast, he said again, firmly this time. If you want to watch our episodes, you can go to youtube.com/TTV channel. You can be a part of our live studio audience on Patreon, and you can go to our message boards at board.ttvchannel.com. We will see you guys next week for another exciting episode of the BrickFeed podcast. I'm John.
I'm Prpl.
I'm Tenebrae Invictus.
I am firmly EXX Trooper.
Good. Stay that way.
Oh, and you're at the last this time. You looked that switched around. Prpl was second. Way to go. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.